love to hear how you got started.
Awesome. Thank you again for having us on the show. We are so proud of the two of you. And
Thank you.
what you are doing, we think this is wonderful. I love entrepreneurship. I actually am the founder of our company. Erika joined me in 2021 and, well, I guess legally in 2022.
Yeah.
But we have been working really well together. What prompted me to start the business back in 2011, so we're talking about a long time ago. Well, it feels like a long time ago. Was really at the time I had been a school principal and I had turned my school around, and I felt like that experience gave me some tools and resources that I could share with other organizations, other school districts in particular. And so I left my post as a principal, took a huge leap of faith to start Teach Educators and Scholars organization with, at that time, the mission essentially to help students succeed. And so in those days, people weren't talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion, although the work that I was doing fit right in there because it really was about creating opportunities in the school system that would help close gaps that were most prevalent in students of color and students who had historically been marginalized. So while that wasn't at the forefront of how the company was marketed at that time, because nobody was really talking like that, that really was at the heart of what the company was. And we also, provided tutoring services in those days. By the time Eric and I joined forces in 2020, really at the tail end of 2021, we joined forces having both worked at the state level in education and having championed this diversity and equity and inclusion work, and in particular, equity in schools. And what we also found was that a lot of the work that we were doing in school systems was very similar to the work that companies were doing in the workforce, and that there wasn't a huge difference between what was needed in terms of the types of coaching and consulting and training than what was happening in schools. And so when we joined forces, we really kind of shifted our focus and expanded our focus to include not just school systems, but businesses and organizations that are looking for a more inclusive workplace for those who work there. Um, so that was kind of like some of the backdrop.
I gotta acknowledge, for those who are watching, who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs, is that one of the key thing in going into, your own business is solving a problem. See
Right.
how the thing that stood out, you saw that there was an issue, and you came there to, answer that particular problem, and give them a service that's gonna allow people to expand and grow. And a lot of the
Right.
ideals that, when starting a business, you can actually find those in your workplace. You see the open hose,
Yep.
and then that can actually start your business, and sometimes go back to that company and
And work
provide
for
them the
them.
service that they're missing. So,
Okay.
I mean,
Right.
it's great
Right.
that you had saw that there was a need in those particular areas, and you use your expertise to start TESO, which is great.